Hi, I'm SB McMillan from K-Pop Pilates and Wellness, and no, I'm not getting ready to take a nap, but I am getting ready to do the bridge. The bridge is a great exercise for working on spinal flexibility, right? But also working on the muscles of the hamstrings and the core. It's debatable. Some people say the glutes are working as well. You will find that your glutes will activate, but we really want to emphasize, again, good core work and good hamstring work. And then really working on moving and segmenting the spine. So it should feel challenging, but it should feel really good for the body as well. So setting up is the most important. Hopefully your feet will be in good alignment. We do want to watch that. So if maybe you have a wall you can kind of press your feet up against so you know that you're even, that's always good. Or if you have a buddy to tell you, hey, your feet aren't in alignment, let's reset you, that would be good. Because that is important that we've got good hip, knee, feet, ankle alignment. All right, and the feet are about kind of hip distance right here. And you can do variations of bringing the feet closer, wider, but let's start with a parallel position. Arms are going to be down by the sides. Really important, the back of the head is resting and the chin's drawn down. And you might not necessarily like that, right? Because it does kind of create a little bit of a double chin. But it's very important that our neck and our head are in neutral in this alignment. Because what we're really working on is from the base of the spine to probably somewhere into that mid-lower thoracic. And we're really keeping the head and neck out of this. So you want to pay attention to that. So let's start first with the good setup, right? So we're knitting through the ribs, we're scooping the abdominal muscles in, and we actually start in a neutral position. And everyone's neutral is different. I've got a little bit more of curvature, so my neutral might not necessarily look like yours, but we always want to go back to the neutral pelvis. So from here, let's just start with the beginning of the bridge, and that's really just a pelvic tilt. So what we would call a posterior tilt here. So you're going to take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, right, just gently, maybe for me, it's more like just pressing the low back into the mat. But you can see there's just a little bit of a tuck, and then I go back to my neutral. So again, deep breath in and exhale. And for many people, this feels really good, right? The low back is quite tight. So we're just trying to release and lengthen the lumbar region. And then slowly, again, tilt through and come back. Try not to squeeze your glutes too much here. Really make this more of an abdominal action, drawing in and then releasing back. So as we move into the full bridge, you're gonna start with that pelvic tilt. So taking a deep breath in, and as I exhale, I'm gonna do my tilt, and now I'm gonna press into my feet, activate the back of my legs, and start to slowly peel the spine off of the mat. I'm probably going to come to about the shoulder shelf. Again, my head and neck and arms are really neutral. Want to watch, keep knitting through the ribs, lengthening through the ribs and the hips, and think about lengthening the thigh bones and even a little bit of a spiral wrapping to get the top of the legs to stretch and really get a good stretch here as well. Then I can take another inhale, and here's what I want you to think. There's a little finger walking down, and you're gonna slowly lower one vertebrae at a time. Think about pulling your hips towards your heels so you can really feel one vertebrae at a time. And there's a lot of abdominal control going on here as I slowly lower down. Again, I try to set the base of my spine down first before I set the hips down. So some things I will see on this is just kind of sloppy lift and back down. And that's not necessarily a bad bridge, but right, what we're looking for is articulation of the spine. Yoga bridge, a lot of times we'll just lift up and come back down. But here we're really trying to look for good movement of the spine, good core activation. And you should feel how your legs really start to work here. So again, take a deep breath in. As you exhale, imprint through the low back. You start to really feel that, pull the abdominal muscles in, press into the feet, slowly rolling up. And again, this is a slower version, so I might be running out of breath here. So take a deep breath in. It's actually a lot of work to go with the breath there. You can do a single leg option, as well. So with that, you can come into a tabletop position or a straight leg position. This is much more demand on the body. So again, you might just start small. Maybe you just do a little bit of an imprint and just come up a bit, test the waters, and slowly roll back down. Again, if you wanted to do the full action, draw the deep abdominal muscles in, lifting up, lengthening, lengthening, lengthening. This is a challenging one for me. And then again, slowly rolling down one vertebrae at a time. And one of the hardest things with this is coming down one vertebrae at a time and also not using your head and your neck. So again, that's just a variation. Make sure you start with both feet first and then eventually move on to that challenging single leg. I'm SV McMillan with K-Pop Pilates and Wellness, and have fun bridging.